Hey, I'm Nick Purdy, Pace Publisher, sitting here with Matisyahu, and we're at the Hangout Music Festival in Gulf Shores, Alabama. It is May 2011, and I was just telling you a minute ago, I've been a fan for a while. We got to meet a few years ago, and I've been admiring your commitment to just being yourself in your music and in your career. And I'd love to just hear kind of, you know, how's it going? How's it going being you, which is unlike anybody else in music today?
Thanks. I hurt my neck.
Well, relax, man.
No, that's why I'm sitting like this.
This is the hangout. We are hanging out. Yeah. It's all good.
No, that's why I'm sitting like this. I was like, second song, I just got crazy, like with the headbanging. And
neck a little strained?
First show back, and just so stupid.
How long have you been off?
Well, I've been playing shows all year, but this is like the first official like tour, start of the tour, or whatever. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm just that's what's on my mind right now. But besides that, it was a great show, and it's good. It's you know.
Have you played on the beach before?
I played here last year, but we got rained out from the big stage, so we had to go inside, and we played like
a late night thing.
Night
yeah,
show,
I remember you being rained out, and I was seriously bummed. So we got my I brought my family this year.
Oh, cool.
Got all the kids, and we got here in time today, and they got to see it. Where do you want to take an audience during a show? What are you hoping they get from experiencing your performance?
I guess I always think of it more like personally, like where am I trying to get? And I'm trying to lose myself, you know, lose to the place where I forget about what my voice sounds like or what I look like or what, you know, where the music is going, and it's just something happening that's real.
Did you get there today?
Yeah, there were definitely moments where I felt I was in the zone, you know.
Is there shows where you just never get there?
It happens occasionally, but usually there's at least like a moment or two.
Mm-hmm.
The great shows, the whole show is like a moment, you
right.
know, and the ones that aren't so great, you're usually struggling to get there, and then you get there maybe, and then it goes away. You know,
yeah.
so.
You've obviously been very public about your faith and how that impacts your music, and I respect greatly how you've done that. Does that have anything to do with the shows and the moments and getting there and not getting there, like how you're doing spiritually? Does that have anything to do with what happens on stage?
I get emotional, like if I'm in a good place within, you know, in my life where I'm working hard on myself, and sometimes when the music kicks in, I get emotional, and you know, I think about God or whatever, and you know, so I had a tear drop today. A tear came down from one of my ears, like eyes. I was like, all right, that's good. That's a good sign.
That was a happy tear.
It was like, yeah, it was like a tear of, you know, I guess you could call it that.
Gratitude, maybe?
Exactly.
Do you ever feel like, I mean, as you don't want to be presumptuous about it, but do you ever feel like on some level you're like God's using you, or like you're doing God's work in some way?
Yeah, I do think that to a certain degree. I want to do the right thing for God. You know, I'd like to think that I'm trying to do it. You know, I don't know if I always am, but yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, like with the music that's out there, and you know, there's a lot of it is so meaningless, and I really try to, you know, my lyrics, I try to really say something that's important, and
what kind of feedback do you get about that part of your music, which is in a way like not as rock and roll, like
right?
But I think it kind of is almost punk rock in a sense because it's so contrarian.
Right, cool. Yeah, I get a lot of great feedback when people tell me that you know, their lyrics have changed their life, or you know, has helped them out through hard times. Everything from, you know, people, alcoholics, to, you know, people going through all kinds of different stuff and trying to find their identity, to, you know, different kinds of stuff, and that's what it's all about.
Is there any sense of pressure? Like, there's a lot of Jewish kids, I think, whether or not you want to or not, you represent them. They don't have people in popular culture that are living the life that they think they're called to live.
Right.
Is there any pressure to that?
Well, I did have pressure at one point because I was associated with like one specific group, and so I was always sort of, if I wasn't doing things that were, you know, in line with that ideology, then I would get some feedback. And then once I kind of distanced myself and just sort of went free agent, you know, and now I just feel like I do my thing, you know, and I just trust myself, my intuition as to what's right, and I don't, you know, it's a balance. It's a balancing act. I try not to think too much about like, oh, well, how's this gonna affect people? Because if I did that, I'll always be questioning everything that I do.
And it'll stop being authentic at some point. You just gotta do your thing. I'm going to give you the last word for the Paste audience. We have a lot of people that come to our website. They trust us for musical recommendations. We recommend you, no doubt.
Thanks.
What do you want people to know? If you could just send any message out there, what is it you want people to know?
You know, honestly, I don't think about it, things like that. You know, I never think about what I want. I never think about other. It's not I don't think about other people, but I never think about like, you know, this like one idea that everybody needs to know or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just everyone's got to figure shit out for themselves, basically. That's what worked or has worked in my life. And anytime someone tried to tell me something, that never worked. You know, you can find people that inspire you, and but at the end of the day, like, yeah, it has to come from within. You know what I mean? So I guess that's the message.
Look within.
Within, yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
We could talk all afternoon.
Yeah, I could hang.
Shape my name.